Time-space. 5 fake evidence about the lunar landing. Contrary to the truth, which is only one, the of the lunar conspiracy are many and varied. I bring you 5 examples. The photo. There are more than 19,700 photos taken during Apollo missions, including 6,515 on the Moon. The camera used was a Hasselblad 500L. Quite a job to falsify so many. The photographic evidence that the plotters used to deny is mostly number 2, no stars seen in the photos and the shadows are anomalous. The first objection is easily refuted by anyone familiar with photography. In fact, it is all a matter of aperture closure and exposure time. To see the stars, the lunar ground would have been overexposed. As for the shadows that seem too bright, this is due to the light reflected by the lunar ground and those of the film set. The conspiracy theory also claims that the horizon is close to the shadows, but the lunar horizon is only km of more. Without any reference one cannot do perception of distances. The videos. Emblematic and patriotic is the Star and Stripes' Old Glory flying proudly on extraterrestrial soil, but on the Moon there is no wind and the flag should be motionless. Even for an observer not too attentive, it is that the flag is supported by 2 masts, The fact that it appears to move is due partly to this configuration and partly to its being slightly crumpled. It only moves when placed by the astronauts. Other objections to videos relate to footage taken from when Neil Armstrong took the first step on the Moon and liftoff from the Apollo 15, 16, 17 missions. In the first case the footage were taken by a camera placed outside the module. In the second case the camera, piloted since, was left on the Moon especially to film the scene. The physics. It would have been impossible to film the landing in the studio because of certain physical conditions not reproducible on Earth, the lack of air, which has an effect on the lunar dust, and reduced gravity, which means that the movements of astronauts are different from those on Earth, where the gravitational attraction is 6 times greater. Both statements are false. Van Allen bands, detected as early as 1958, are found in the Earth's magnetosphere and consist of charged particles. Exposing oneself to this type of radiation, according to scientific sources, is equivalent to taking an X-ray. Another perplexity of the plotters is the absence of a crater where the LEM landed. As mentioned, the gravity on the Moon is 6 times less on Earth, simply the module was enough light to leave no crater. The technology. Conspiracists wonder how it is possible that with the technology of that time man could have reached the Moon. The computing power and the memory of the onboard computers were much lower than those of our telephones, but there were up to 7 specialized calculators for a single function, in addition to the astronauts themselves self-trained perform all the maneuvers that may be necessary. Even photographic films could not have resisted such radiation and temperature ranges as the dose of radiation received was very weak. Moreover, there is no atmosphere on the Moon, so it is the vacuum that acts as an insulator for the film, and, in addition, the camera was designed to withstand the temperatures that, during the Apollo missions, were not so different from those recorded in an Earth desert. Lunar Souvenirs. The heaviest memory that man has brought back to Earth are the 382 kilograms of moon rocks. Analysis of these samples has contributed to the study of the origin and evolution of our satellite and the entire solar system. but the astronauts also brought back memories from Earth. Retroflectors are found on the Moon. These are mirrors that allow the distance between the Earth and the satellite to be measured by pointing a powerful laser at them, but can also test gravity. Among the various objects left on the Moon are seismographs which help to detect several lunamoids, flags, a golf ball and a feather and hammer which served Commander David Scott for reason to Galileo. Various mission descent and ascent modules and bags containing organic waste can be considered lunar waste. The return. According to some conspiracy theories, after Apollo 11, there would have been no more direct missions to the Moon. There were done 6 program missions that sent human crews to the Moon that ended in 1972. Man's return to the Moon has been announced several times by various U.S. presidents, but the enormous expense combined with the lack of a compelling to launch such a program have never led to its materialization. More recently, Donald Trump, the Artemis mission, sister is supposed to put a man and a woman on the Moon by 2024. Thanks for watching the video. Like and subscribe for more.